Connection with Shade Network activated. Audio file download commencing. Files marked extremely sensitive. Strategic Homeland Division only. Agent commencing transmission.
What's up, agents? You're listening to episode 180 of SITREP Radio, giving you the news and other happenings in the world of the Division 2. This week we're talking TU6 and the AI changes that were made. But first, my name is Mike, and joining me as always are my co-hosts Robert.
Hello.
And Luke.
Hello.
I hope you guys and our listeners have had a great week, and welcome to any new listeners of the show. You had a good week, boys?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, talk a bit more about that in a minute.
Elaborate.
Elaborate.
A Labrador.
Any more dogs you can name? Hot dogs. See, I did it for you. Inside joke. Anyway, yeah, we'll kind of go a bit AWOL this week. Let's get down to some news.
State of the game.
Okay, so the state of the game this week. Hamish was joined by Drew to talk about a lot of the AI changes that were brought by TU6, which was I thought was quite interesting. Because I've definitely noticed some of the content has been adjusted. I don't know if you boys have felt a bit of a difference. But before we go any further on that, Luke, do you want to tell the listeners what is available as of yesterday, content-wise?
Everything.
Nice.
Everything.
All of it. So people like me who don't have the season pass or the year one pass or the fucking week early access, whatever the fuck they want to call it, you get to play the new missions as of yesterday, which when you're listening to this was 2 days ago.
Did you play it, Luke?
Yes.
What do you think of the doors?
Oh, the doors are awesome.
Thank you.
Mike was like, you really need to pay attention to this door in a minute, Luke. It's coming up. And then it was like waiting for it to open. It's like, oh shit, you have to open it. It's like,
I didn't open it for you. You did it yourself. You did good, man. You did good.
I figured out how to open that really special door.
You press that key like the motherfucker you are.
And then there's another one a bit later on where you open a really special door that literally just opens a room with another door in it.
Yes.
Just like, we made this really cool door, so I'm definitely putting them in the mission again. That'll do. I'll put them there. Yeah, that's a great place.
Yes, we've been playing the Pentagon stuff, and TU6, we've been playing the game a hell of a lot over the past week. Rob, I think you said you put 15 hours in alone this week, plus you're playing Destiny as well, so I don't know how you're even finding the time to sleep at the minute.
Yeah, it was a late night the other day.
Have you been
I was up till like 1 o'clock raiding.
Have you forgone like meals and showers and stuff?
No. I'm never going to miss a meal, dude.
Just eat it at my computer desk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know last week we kind of said we try and keep things a bit spoiler free, but everything is kind of free for all this week. The content's out there for everyone to play. Hopefully everyone's had a chance to play it. We've all played it to a degree. I still haven't played Kenley College or the classified missions. Rob, have you done either of those?
Yet.
Have you done Kenley College?
No.
I haven't done Kenley College again yet either.
No, because we've been out in the world farming, haven't we?
Farming and grinding, haven't we? Which has been really good fun, I would like to say. I've really enjoyed playing the game again all week because I've had some carrots to chase.
Yeah.
And I can't see that stopping anytime soon because, like, now that you know the balance changes are in place for the foreseeable future until they figure out something else that's like the outlier and needs balancing and so on and so forth, you could just think of more builds to make.
Or unless we get another world tier in the next couple of months.
Or that. But then you just regrind the same builds but better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just grinding the perfected loot, the named loot, trying to get good rolls on them.
That's also true.
Yeah. I mean, Rob, you've done pretty well, would you say?
Yeah, 10 pieces.
Yeah.
10?
10 pieces.
Nice.
Yeah, and 3 exotics as well. One being the shotgun that I haven't ever managed to get until now.
Sweet Dreams.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 2 pestilences though.
Yeah.
In or outside the Dark Zone?
One was in the dark zone, one was out.
I
Because
haven't seen one yet in the Dark Zone.
Me and Rob both got one in the Dark Zone within about 20 minutes of each other. Was it, Rob? Half an hour,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are still quite prevalent in the Dark Zone.
I was a bit surprised to get a pestilence from, it was like one of the things you do to turn the control points level 4. It just popped out of a box.
Right, yeah.
But I guess because I've already had the pestilence, you can get it again anywhere. Because that's how it works, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the new points to TU6 as well, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it was TU5, but I mean, yeah, it's now a thing. Which is kind of cool, to be fair, because, you know, you can never have too many exotic components, right?
Yep. Right.
I'm assuming you didn't keep either of the pestilences.
No.
What?
Good boy.
How dare you?
I've still got one in my stash somewhere.
Yeah, I destroyed mine because I've still got somewhere.
Can I be honest? I am so fucking thankful for the 300 spaces I now have in my stash, especially with the amount of loot that I'm grinding for at the minute.
Have you filled it already?
No.
It was nice on day one just to like jump in, chuck everything on my character apart from what was like equipped into the vault. And then
Into the what?
Into the
Are you playing Borderlands? Are you playing Destiny?
You know what I mean.
This is going to be a new game. Pick up Rob's Destiny bullshit and point it out.
You know what I mean.
I don't. What do you mean?
In the big box that's in the boo, the crate thing that you put all your stuff in just to move it from character to character.
Do you mean the vault in the bank mission?
No.
Oh. You're getting some awful dirty looks. From Luke
I'm
right
waiting.
now.
It can't be that fucking hard. It's a 5-letter word that begins with S.
Stash
Whee!
in your
In
mustache.
Jinx. Can I be honest? How fucking awesome is it to be back playing the game again? I'm really surprised how enjoyable this update is. Like, we played on the PTS, we were testing stuff out, but to now actually just have to go out in the open world, and I'm just really enjoying chasing stuff again. The targeted loot is so good. Yeah, it's not the be all end all of all the issues with regards to the overlap with attributes and roles and all the rest of it, but it's pretty damn good. Like, what was it? I think me and Luke were after a set of Fenris gloves or something at one point, and I'm pretty sure, all right, they might not have been the best gloves, but it's a start to at least put a build together, and we managed to get that in one night, just farming either a Fenris area or a glove area. I can't remember which, or if we did both.
It was probably both, because I've been chasing Wyvern gloves for quite a while as well. So we tried a Fenris bit, tried a Wyvern bit, and then thought, fuck it, let's merge the two and go for a glove bit. We definitely got some Fenris gloves, didn't we? And then was it last night? Was it Monday night? I got my
Why are you after Fenris
Wyvern
gloves?
gloves. Not me, this idiot.
Yeah, I was after Fenris.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't worry, things have changed now. Don't worry.
I knew you were going to question him on that. As soon as he said Fenris gloves, like, nope, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, but that's the great thing now. The builds have kind of got a bit more diverse with the fact that you're not restricted by the gear being in selected slots, not my socks.
Slocks.
Yeah. Or gear pieces, should I say. The fact that you've now able to roll brands on every gear piece is great. It really kind of, all right, I can't quite make like that build that way, but I can adjust that piece. You know, you can swap kind of things around to kind of still make that build, but in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
Which has been pretty cool. I think for me, the biggest thing I've enjoyed this week is the Dark Zone. And I don't know if we should say that or not.
I'm not going to agree with you.
Fuck you. You cannot sit here and say that.
I can. That's not the thing I've enjoyed the most. You said the thing you've enjoyed the most is the Dark Zone. It's definitely not the thing I've enjoyed the most.
You've enjoyed playing with me in game.
Yes, but that's not
It's
what
been
you said.
Great. Oh, no, I was saying that's what your favorite thing this week was. It was the fact of grouping up with your friends again and talking shit.
I mean, yeah, it's been good when Rob's played Division 2, but I mean, he keeps playing that space game, so.
He doesn't want to play with us anymore.
He's got new friends.
That he doesn't talk to.
Yes, I do. What are you on about?
Well, you were playing with them the other night and you're like, oh, I'm just going to stay and chat with you guys. I'm like, aren't you playing with other people? Yeah, but they don't care.
Yes, because we were doing something easy and none of them were in Discord anyway.
Oh, okay.
So shush.
I mean, it's not that we wanted to get rid of you, Rob. Definitely
Lies.
not. Lies.
And you fobbed off Chuck this week.
Yeah, I did.
No, I know you didn't. You were like, I want to stay, but I also want to raid. But,
Me and Mike can never do that to you, Chuck.
Was
Just
that,
saying.
Was that on Was that Monday?
It was a day. Definitely a day at the end of it. That's all I can tell
Yeah,
you.
it must have been because Mike was on. Yeah, that was the late night. I didn't go to bed till really late that
Hey,
night.
I was on Sunday. I was just being antisocial and didn't want to talk to you.
Maybe it was Sunday then. No, it was definitely Monday.
Anyway, digress. Rob, what's been your favourite thing about TU6 so far?
Targeted loot. Because I can log in, see where a roldie is. If it's somewhere I want to play, I'll play. If it's not, then I'll go play Destiny.
What? So if there's freaking, I don't know, Fenris or Wyvern in the Dark Zone, you're like,
Fenris is in
nah.
the Dark Zone, I'm going to be on Division for a long time. Well, not 24 hours, but as long as I possibly can within that 24 hours.
Yeah, until the timer runs out, right?
Until a very specific drop of a very specific chest lands in his bag.
What, the perfect berserk, I believe?
Yeah. I don't know what the chest is called.
Is it Ferocious Calm?
It is Ferocious Calm, yes, well done.
Ooh.
I have 2 of them, and they're both shit.
I picked one up. I don't think it was that good, and then I think I've deleted it. So
I won't delete them, just in case, but yeah, I'm going to wait till I get a really, really good one, and then maybe delete them.
Yeah, because there was one for sale in the DZ vendor, wasn't there? But
there was.
That would have been like, it would have made my build worse because it was worse than my actual Fenris chest with Berserk on it.
Yeah, because some of the perfected talents aren't really that much better, are they? They've tried not to make them OP. Some of them are quite a bit better, but Berserk is literally like 1% extra, maybe 2, I think. It's not, unless you get a very comparable roll to the build that you've already got, it's not worth the extra, is it? Let's be fair.
Yeah.
What do you think of the actual named brand pieces and, well, I guess really just the named talents on the brand pieces and the weapons? Do you think they've done a pretty good job? Because they're not exactly OP, are they? Do you know what I mean? It's only like a 1 or 2% buff or a couple of seconds added to whatever the talent is rather than being completely over the top.
Because they've still got that RNG on the attributes and the second talent, if the piece has a second talent, or if the guns are the talents terrible, then it's still not good. Like, you have to still farm for a god roll. Even if it has got that perfected roll, it could be terrible.
But they've done a pretty good job at actually balancing the actual talents themselves, haven't they? I think they have anyway. The fact they haven't gone like, I don't know, we're going to give you 50% weapon damage instead of what the normal version would give you, maybe 25%. It's just given you, I don't know, a little bit. It's just more of like an edge if you're willing to grind for it, which is what I feel like people are going to do now.
Yeah, I think it's given the named items some longevity, or the pursuit of them some longevity at least. Because, like we've just said, between the 3 of us, we've got 4 Ferocious Calm chests, and not one of us is happy with any of the rolls of any of the 4. Because we've shared the screenshots around and said, look, this is what mine's got. Yeah, that's rubbish. Well, this is what mine's got. Yeah, yours is even worse than mine. So on and so forth. So yeah, I agree with Rob. The fact that they've not got static rolls on means you've got to get a very specific roll of the one that you want in your build or multiple builds of before you'll be happy with it. So
Yeah.
it's making the carrot chase a lot longer for that specific piece for that specific build, isn't it?
So
If you want 2 pieces in the build, then God help you.
out of the 10 pieces that I've found this week, I've only started using one, and that's Punch Drunk. And even that's not a very good roll.
That's the D&H mask, right?
Yeah.
See, I think the only one that I've got that I would use, and I need to make a build for it, is the named MP7 that I got from Cassie at the weekend.
Yeah,
Because that's got
as well.
perfect Allegra on it. So
Yeah, I just missed that. But I've got I have actually picked up the China Light backpack with perfect spark on it,
Yeah, I've got
Nice.
that as well.
which
See,
is pretty good.
the thing with the named MP7 is that's not even better than the standard RPM on the Vector. So it's literally nostalgia that makes me want to use a named MP7 just because MP7s were like my baby in Division 1.
I think I've seen the spreadsheet. I think the T821 seems to be the standout of the SMGs, but I could be wrong. I seem to remember seeing that on Reddit. Like I said, I could be completely wrong. I don't know if the Vector's still up there or not.
If you get a Vector, if you get a Vector with Allegra on it, you're spitting out 1100 RPM or somewhere in that region.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The MP7 with the perfect Allegra on it is still less than 1100.
All
So
right.
there's not a lot in it, but technically speaking, the Vector is better.
What about damage-wise? Was the MP7 do more damage?
I would need to check that.
I would have thought so because you see
it's slow rate of fire, so it should do more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be the case with a lot of the weapons. But yeah, we went back into the DZ. I don't know if you were there or not, Rob, but it's definitely populated. Got to be honest, that first night back in there, I think it was the Wednesday or Thursday last week. Me and Luke jumped in and we went through the door, and I knew how this night was going to go because I'd literally, we went into the dark zone straight away. The loading system, putting you into a different server, works absolutely great. That's fine. Doesn't take long. And you're in a completely different server. Leave the dark zone checkpoint, and Luke's already killed someone within about 5 seconds. I was like, here we go. This is going to be the rest of the night. And it was really fun. I had a good time in there. I don't know if it's the fact that we were just going after everybody. We didn't really care, I don't think. Did we, Luke?
No, didn't really care because we didn't really have anything at that point, did we? It was all pretty fresh, and the guy was in his menu. So what was I supposed to do?
Well, no, but in general, like that, I felt like that whole night.
Yeah.
I felt like that whole night was a case of like, fuck it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyone that's trying to extract shit, well, you've got to have stuff that's got to be pretty decent, otherwise you ain't gonna be extracting it.
To be fair, that night, the only time I ever cared, and was literally only because you cared, but that's when you got your Ferocious Calm, wasn't it?
Yeah, which I probably accidentally deleted.
Well, it sounds like when you were in the DZ, it was Fenris, which means
Yes.
you were idiots and probably should have been farming.
No, we were. We were going from landmark to
Okay,
landmark, but
okay.
finding people whilst we were at landmarks because everybody else was doing the same. So, it was a lot more like the DZ of old, wasn't it? People were engaging in landmarks,
but also engaging in PvP, which was great.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a case of like, oh shit, there's like a bunch of farmers in there.
and it definitely wasn't the case that anybody that wanted PvP forced it upon you by shooting you in the face 3 steps outside the checkpoint door.
Yeah, that was definitely. It was nice to actually have PvP engagements like nowhere near that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta be honest. Like we've shot on the dark zone changes. I'm still yet to see like 12 people all in one area, but I'm worried whether that will come back once there's nothing to chase after in there. So people are gonna be like geared up, ready to go, and then they're just gonna end up outside a checkpoint. I don't know if you guys saw a video by Mr. Meme this week, but apparently people have managed to get 12 people into a DZ and they're just PvE farming together.
Sounds good. When can we do that?
What? No.
What?
It's bad, dude.
No, it's not.
Darkson. It's fair game. It's free for all, dude.
Yeah, but once everyone's got their loot, then you can have a free for all.
Luke, do you want to say anything on this?
No.
Because you get angry.
No.
Why would you not want to have 12 friends or 11 friends in DZ with you? And you can like go 6v6.
Yeah, but you're not going to go see a 6v6, are you?
Well, once everyone's got their loot, they will.
They ain't going to be doing that. They're just PvE farming, aren't they?
It'd be better if you went 4v4v4. Because then you can help your teammates. You know, the two that aren't in your team just get kind of left behind, don't they? Sort of. Maybe.
Anyway, back on track. Be honest, what kind of builds are you looking for? Or what are you grinding to build, I guess, at the minute? For what content? Are you grinding for PvP or PvE, or just you've just got like an idea of a build that you guys want to build for no particular reason, sort of thing?
I've just enhanced my headshot build with some of the new talents.
What weapon?
There is only one, dude.
Oh, yeah. Stupid question, sorry. Was that He-Man? There is only one.
No.
No?
That's Highlander.
Highlander, that's it.
For some reason I thought of there was only Zor, but there we go.
I rebuilt my raid build and made it at least 3 times better than it was before.
How are you finding the omission of stacking talents now?
I've actually got more DTE on my build than I did before.
Yeah.
How have you done that?
Because I'm special.
He's actually running Badger, Rob.
Yeah. Because I don't need the extra talents. So I could just have a talentless mask that gives me an extra 7% DTE.
Yeah, but you...
Yeah, but you
missing out on that headshot talent.
Yeah.
Which is very good, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I told you it was, Mike, when we were in chat yesterday, but it's over 80% DTE with 54.5% crit hit chance. With 302k armor.
Oh man, if you had Eagle Bear, you'd be hitting cap.
What's the chest talent I'll run?
Oh,
it's
you're
not
running Unstoppable?
Unstoppable Force, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I get 5, 10, 15% extra weapon damage for 15 seconds after every kill, I think it is, or 10 seconds. But melting fat is in less than half a magazine with my P416.
But then don't forget, from today's state of the game, they've changed a lot of they've kind of rebalanced the difficulty.
Cool.
So the downside is cool, we've made this powerful build, but then have you? Because of the rebalancing changes that they've made. So
no, but that's fine, because what did I say to you yesterday when we did those level 4 checkpoints where we literally just didn't even have to panic once? It was just things are getting a bit easy now.
Yeah.
So if they've made things a little bit more difficult, then I'm all for it, to be honest.
So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that change is either for a world tier increase, and that's what all the rebalancing has been for with regards to AI and TTK on NPCs, as well as obviously all the gear and all the rest of it.
I have noticed explosions being a lot more. Maybe my build's just a bit squishier than it was before, but I run a couple of missions earlier, and it was couple of those big dudes where they just shoot nades at you.
Yeah.
With incredible accuracy. And yeah, I was getting almost one shot by one of the grenades.
Well, I said to you, I think, whilst I was playing the PTS, I was getting absolutely screwed over by drones. And now I know why, because they explode, don't they? They explode in drones.
Yeah, I feel like the explosion damage
has been definitely buffed, isn't
it?
it? Yeah. I was like, why the hell am I getting absolutely mullered by drones? So it's
yeah, because I replayed one of the new missions on Challenging the other day.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the big drone, spoilers. And that, I wiped a couple of times. It annihilated me, yeah.
Did you play solo or in
Yeah, I was
group?
solo. I had to like reevaluate what I was doing. I had to. There's a bit of cover, but you can get underneath, and that was how I was able to do it. Because anywhere else, I was just getting annihilated by it.
I'm looking forward to those being invaded, if they do at some point, because we were playing through. And what I don't know if you felt this. I know I said this to you last night, Luke, but the difficulty on the Pentagon missions, it feels like the intro mission is like an introduction. It's not too difficult, but between like the intro and the last mission, it's like the difficulty ramps up whilst actually playing it. Like there's a lot more elites than that towards the end of the second, like technically the third mission.
Yeah, the last fight in the Darpa labs or whatever it's
Darpa.
Darpa.
Derpa.
Yeah, the boss fight in the end of the DARPA mission is definitely the hardest bit of those 2.5 missions. I'm not saying particularly difficult, it's just the hardest bit of those particular missions. So yeah, on challenging mode, I think we should do that tonight if we get time. Maybe not got enough time.
DZ?
It's already 9 o'clock. But
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I want DZ.
fine.
I need to know what's in the DZ first, and we'll decide. Anyway,
It's nothing good. I've already checked.
You know, you could sleep through story mode, can't you? Let's be honest. So
yeah, I definitely
don't get me wrong.
want to try it.
It's great as an introduction, but
we said we still want to go back and do what was it, the zoo on challenging. Now it's Stronghold.
yeah,
Which we still haven't done yet.
I haven't played that as a stronghold yet.
I need to play Kenley at least one of the wings or something before it goes away, because it ends this week, doesn't it? It goes away for another 2 weeks or something.
Oh, I don't care.
Because they've got the modifier running at the minute.
I'm a bit like Rob on that. I don't care.
Well, they drop a grenade, so if it's increased explosion damage.
Yeah, but you're shooting them from miles away, so
That's not like you.
What?
You're like the Leroy of our squad. You wouldn't be shooting them from miles away.
He's got a point.
maybe.
Anyway,
Maybe.
Luke, honestly, what did you reckon of the Pentagon missions that we had? Better than expected, or?
Yeah, they probably were actually because of the length of them.
Stop it.
I'd like to think on the more difficult versions, there's more NPCs involved in, because there seems to be quite, especially in the Pentagon mission, there seems to be quite a lot of gaps between engagements because you're finding 1,000 loot boxes. But yeah, I'd like to think there was more fights involved when you change the difficulty of the missions. But as the missions stand, bearing in mind I've played them both on story mode only, yeah, they were good fun. I think that the length might limit the replayability because, until you figure out a really efficient way of redoing them and redoing them and redoing them, I'm not sure the reward is worth the amount of time you spend in there. But they are possibly two of the most beautiful missions in the game thus far. I think they went all out to make them look fucking incredible.
Yeah, definitely. And I kind of thought about it, and you get maybe an expansion in Destiny. You get, I don't know, 6-7 missions, Rob, pretty much telling you to go kill something. Obviously, there's a lot of environmental level design that's been put into it. But then if you look at the Division, it's like, I can't remember which mission it was on, Luke. We played it last night, but it's the one with the windows with the light shining through. I know they've all got windows and all the rest of it.
That was the Pentagon one.
Yeah. But like the level design just on that bit was absolutely insane. And you think like the amount of time and detail that has gone into those 3 missions is absolutely insane. So I can understand why we've, in theory, probably only got half as much content mission wise as you would get from like a normal expansion, because it's just time consuming, I would assume.
The level design and the even down to the music score for the atmospheric music, rather than just like, because a lot of the games really got a really good playlist to it, but the atmosphere that the music brings on the new 2.5 missions is like next level, because it really does add to the whole feeling of those missions.
I just wish the cue for switching over to the other music track was less blunt, because it's like da, 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 and then it's like, what happened to the epic music that was playing? It just like abruptly stops. I was like, huh?
You've finished. We're taking our music away now.
Yeah. I really
I was just going to say, to anybody who's not played the DARPA mission yet, really pay attention to the scenery. I don't want to spoil anything, but pay attention to the walls, and I'll leave it there.
Yeah. There's a lot of hints of stuff. There's definitely more story. I think the one thing I like about the missions is the fact you've got cutscenes in there. I said that to you.
Mm.
I think you picked up on the thing I said last week with the fact that your agent doesn't say anything, which really still annoys me.
Yeah, there was the perfect opportunity for your agent to speak its first words, wasn't there? That's the mission before you actually go into the Pentagon, isn't it?
That's the mission to get to the spoilers safe house, which like it's funny because you played it and you were like, "What the fuck? There's a safe house here."
Yeah, it really strikes as a new like forward base to something else, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that I was like, "Oh, I wonder if we might get a raid or something based on like the Pentagon later on," because like the level design is absolutely amazing. Like the server room, I want to try that server room in the Pentagon on a harder difficulty, because I was like, "Oh, there's not many NPCs here." But I reckon harder difficulty, more NPCs, elites, and all the rest of it is going to be pretty good. Rob, I know we couldn't really talk about it last week. I know it's been a while since you played it, but what do you think of the overall missions?
I think it's nice how they kind of lead from one to the other. Like when we played through them, it kind of told a story from the half mission to the last mission. Whereas like the last update, we had two missions that had two different stories that were completely separate. It was nice that they had like a tangent and it kind of followed on.
That's a great point, actually, Rob. Yeah,
but they're literally connected together as well, which is even better, isn't it?
Just flowed better.
I think I can't remember if I actually said this already or not, but the opening mission, it's a mission, and it's gotta give them their respect. It's pretty damn good.
Can you replay that?
I don't know. I did question this, but I replayed it with Luke yesterday because we played all 2.5 missions back to back. But I don't know if you can play it separately. I'd like to.
I mean, I guess I've got 4 characters, so if I really want to, I can.
But yeah, I mean, I know your favorite thing from it was the doors.
Yeah.
My only issue with it is the fact that you go after the bioreactor, and I'm really pissed that they put it on the PTS.
The bit where it's going down the little river, that bit's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. But the fact like you're chasing after, you don't know what the Black Tusks are after.
You're playing
you already know
at that point.
Well, yeah,
it's caught in the payload,
and then you have to shoot the red cog to open the bloody gate.
Yeah.
Spoilers? Damn.
We already said spoilers. It's fine. We said this was going to be spoiler filled. I just wish they didn't put that bioreactor in the base of operations on the PTS, because you already kind of knew what you were chasing after. But
maybe you should have been testing more stuff and not searching in the base of operations, Mike.
I was checking to make sure the doors were working. Judge me.
Oh, look, there's a new door. I wonder if this one works. Oh, shit, I spoiled something.
I think, gotta be honest, the best thing I got last night playing through all those missions again with you, Luke, was the abundance of materials that we got. Holy fuck. If you need materials, just go farm those missions.
I need money.
I need money now because I'm like, I've got no money.
I literally bought a load of a certain type of gear, dismantled it so I could craft the same type of gear, and now I've got no money. But then I switched to another character today, and I noticed that the cash isn't account based; it's player based, which I thought was a bit weird.
But yeah, I'm gonna say, all in all, from my point of view, I think TU6 is a pretty damn good basis for the game moving forward. Okay, we'll see how stuff lies in a couple of weeks, but I mean, I don't know if you guys picked up on the state of the game, but they were like, we've got other stuff coming. We're working on stuff. This is just the start. we know we've got episode 3 on the way with New York, and I feel like the end of the Pentagon missions definitely lead to, because like you don't want to say anything.
No, it's the wrong mission. It's the other mission that's the lead up to the.
Did you see the cutscene this time, Mike?
Yes, I did see the cutscene this time. That's what makes me think it leads to New York.
It's the DARPA mission. It's not the Pentagon mission.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pentagon's first.
All right, okay. But yeah, I'm just like, it's got to be, from my point of view, I think we're going to have to go to New York and get the doctor, because they want someone that's dealt with the virus firsthand or something. So we'll see.
Somebody they can trust to look after the antidote, isn't it?
Fail
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that could be the curveball, couldn't it? It's Fei Lao instead of Dr. whatever her name is.
Feel good.
No, not Feel Good.
The one you rescue from the medical center.
Yeah. I forgot her name.
Doctor. Anyway.
Doctor Who.
There's a lot of Division fans now screaming at their podcast playing device going, the fucking this name, idiot.
I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. Luke, closing thoughts on TU6 and the content. You happy?
PvE wise, yes. I'm not willing to talk about PvP yet because we haven't really done that much of it. But yeah, it's a very, very solid basis for PvE moving forward. I still wish we got the raid, but if it's not ready, then fine.
I still don't think we would have been ready.
Oh, my build's ready, dude.
Yeah, so's mine. I can do with a couple of upgrades, but it's pretty much done.
What we need to do now is get a team together and now go do Operation Dark Hours with the builds that we've got, because I think we really need to test the changes that they've made, not only to the gear and all the rest of it, but obviously the AI balancing changes that we'll talk about very quickly before we disappear.
Definitely need to do that, and we definitely need to keep doing it until both of us have got an Eagle Bearer.
That's a good shout. I'm down for that. If not, I'll just keep running my P416 until I get one, I guess, or my FAMAS, because the FAMAS is pretty good at the same time.
I need a better FAMAS. The only FAMAS I've picked up was dog shit.
You can craft them, dude.
You can craft them, or you can go pick that one up from Cassie this week that is a named one.
What? There's a named FAMAS?
Yeah, it was an F2000.
F2000.
Fuck.
It's not as good.
I know there's a named MP4 with Pyromaniac. That's called Pyromaniac, I believe. With, was it 30% damage to enemies on fire? Something like that.
Take your word for it.
Something like that. There's 35 of them. There's a list out there. Go chase it.
Is there a list now?
I believe Reddit have like slowly put one together. So yeah,
I might need to check that out then. I can print it off and tick them off because I'm that kind of person.
Hey, we did it in the Division 1. We all had our little build sheets and shopping lists.
Yep.
And all the rest of it. And I'm sure all of us have been using Division Builder quite a bit this week. I know I have. Anyway, we've talked about TU6 episode 2. So on the State of the Game this week, they said it's launched, obviously, and the reception's been pretty good. All feedback has been very detailed, and people have been giving a decent amount of feedback that has also been critical, and they're happy that it's a big step in the right direction. However, there is still work to be done, and they're in the middle of doing that, which is kind of what we've already said. However, Drew came on the show today to basically discuss the balancing and AI changes. They basically said that the difficulty became unbalanced as you rank up to a higher difficulty, and we kind of already covered it, but explosions scaled wrong in comparison to weapons. So weapons were more powerful than other stuff. Explosions were lower down. So now they've actually brought those two in line. I believe that's correct, Rob?
Yeah.
However, they've now lowered the TTK on NPCs.
Jessica Kendall,
thank you very much.
Nice.
I mean, it wasn't hot dog, but that'll do. They did go over the fact that the time to kill on heroic missions was okay if you had an optimized build. But apparently, if you had the skill to play heroic but not good build, it became very bullet spongy. Very quickly, what are your thoughts on this, Rob? Do you think that is a good change or not? Because this is supposed to be like the hardest I would assume the hardest content to play, and they've now reduced the bullet spongy nature of it for people that don't have optimized builds.
Haven't really done much heroic stuff, to be honest. So I couldn't, even if I went and did one now, I don't think I would be able to compare and contrast because I don't think I've ever done one.
Well, we're going to do that after the show. But do you think that's a good direction to take or not? With regards to the fact that they've lowered the TTK on heroic missions.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if the explosions are as good as they are in the other missions, then it's kind of balance, I guess.
I mean, they've said the whole factor for this is to make it fun, which I can kind of agree with. But then we've been kind of going, where are the legendary missions, the difficult content that people want to grind out, for...
Yeah, but you could argue that after a while they weren't difficult either.
Yeah, but you needed an optimized build to run it and a decent team. Does that not take away from it, or?
I mean, it might make them easy to soloable. Easy to solo, sorry.
Luke, what do you think about the changes to heroics?
I don't know, because they've got the data, haven't they, that says about the thing you were saying with regards to bullet sponginess. So, I mean, if that was true, then fine. I think they need to be careful that they don't make stuff too easy, though.
Yeah. Because when the hardest content in the game was the raid, I haven't played it since. Not sure at the minute. It's an interesting change.
I think at this point, and I don't think we've done level 4 control points, which are technically heroic, and I have definitely done a couple of heroic missions while I've been farming for loot solo. And at this point, with my number 1 build, if you like, in the place that it's in now, where I'm looking for very, very specific roles to be an improvement, even after we had it a week and a day, TU6. I think they need to be careful that they don't make stuff too easy. I'd already be ready for another difficulty level above heroic, to be fair.
Yeah, but heroic missions are scaled to 4. Like, the checkpoints aren't. They're scaled to whoever you with. So if you're on your own, it's going to be a bit easier than a heroic mission on your own.
I've done, like I say, I've done at least 2 heroic missions on my own at the weekend.
Oh, really?
And my build's got better since then. So
you're insane, dude.
I was going to say, because, I mean, I've done quite a few checkpoints this week, and they've been level 4, and the only times those things have been difficult is when I've accidentally triggered like a resource and a patrol nearby.
Another jobby behind you, yeah.
Yeah, that's caused the whole thing to go absolutely mental, but it's been fun doing it. I don't know. I think it's one of those things that, we'll probably have to go try out and come back to next week or something.
But we don't know what the future holds, do we? That might be one of the things that come with episode 3 or within year 2. It's like, okay, yeah, we hear you. Everything's got too easy because you've all got optimized builds. Here, have world tier 7. No, we know we missed 6. You wanted a challenge, here's 7. Get on with it.
It's either that or... I mean, it could be the case.
Massive do have a trouble with numbers.
Ooh.
What was it? You said we need to get them for Christmas last year? A calculator, I believe?
That was a lot of years ago, and we're not mentioning that again. That may have been one of my more salty times.
Hey, to be fair, I've seen stuff on Reddit this week where it was like, hey guys, don't worry about rushing to get the daily project done. It doesn't need to be done for 114 hours or something.
I saw that. No, it was worse than that. It's 114 weeks when I looked at it.
114 days.
You've got 3 years to do it, before Division 3 comes out.
Hey, it's all right, guys. You got plenty of time. Don't worry about it.
But, I mean, I guess maintenance will fix that if they've had one today or if they're going to have one tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah.
It seems to be, I got to be honest, the maintenance seems to pick up a lot of this stuff this time around, whereas previously it kind of felt like, come on, can we have an update to fix this? Come on, hurry up, and then weeks later. But yeah, it definitely seems a lot better. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Either that, or they've done a lot of the difficulty rebalancing to then add in, I'm thinking, legendaries later on, or sooner, you know. We've got a couple of months till the next DLC. I can't see them not giving... It doesn't make any sense from my point of view to now, you know, you've dragged your player base back. People are back grinding. Now let's get a little bit more drip fed over the next couple of months. I don't know if that's going to happen, but you know, we saw on the PTS that there was GE activities and seasons or something else like on there. They've been on there a couple of times. So,
do you know they actually could do that now because they've got loot that is worth getting from chests, like caches. Sorry, like G caches.
Yeah,
like perfect, like named stuff.
But you don't want all of it all at once, do you?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
A chance to get named stuff from a cache. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering if do you guys think we'll see the addition of more named talents later on, or named weapons and gear? Because we've only got 35 at the minute, but there's a lot more.
Yeah,
Well,
I reckon so.
Because they have to perfect every single talent in the game, don't they? I guess.
So what happens when we get to that point? Are we going to get like, I don't know, legendary gear?
Weapons wise, there's only so many, because it's always the top talent that's perfected, right? There's only no?
No, the named MP7 Allegro's in the middle, isn't it?
Okay. Oh yeah, good point.
Well, shut up then. I mean,
like
there's no point having perfected, like, greased though, is there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's obviously a lot that don't make sense, but...
Is there a perfected bread basket?
I don't know.
Let's you put a baguette in it instead.
Honestly, call it the baguette. That would be perfect.
But I'd like a fucking, what's the word I want? An SMG with perfected breadbasket on it. When I can run a mask with perfect hard hitting on it, and a chest with perfect unstoppable force on it. Great. My build's ready. Let's go.
Does perfect hard hitting exist yet?
I don't think so.
What about
if it does, I've not seen it.
Well, what about perfect patience? Is that a thing?
Ooh.
Because you got perfect patience. If you get perfect composure, we've already got. I don't know if composure got one. I know we got perfect spark already, even though that's only just been added.
See, that was going to be my argument against perfect composure. It's like they've had it for 5 minutes, but then you said perfect spark. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's
the chest one as well. There's perfected
vigilance,
which I've had twice, by the way.
There is a perfect vigilance, isn't there?
Yeah, that's going to be good for a marksman build.
Ooh.
Runs on a Seroldi.
But yeah, I just wondered, maybe that's what they're waiting for. You know, maybe that's what would come in the other GE or in another GE is to, you know, grind after particular.
That could be a small portion of not TU7, episode 3, couldn't it? It's like, oh, hey, look, more named stuff. Quick, chase it.
Well, yeah, they can obviously see that people are like, yeah, this is really good.
But then you think the change to gear sets has now opened them up to be buffed even more. Now you've got 4-piece gear sets. You can run those with brand sets, but now they've reduced that. You can add other stuff in on the other 2 pieces if they go for like a full 6-piece gear set, and you could run that on a GE. If you see what I mean.
No.
Or get perfected gear sets.
No, let's not go too far.
Well, the thing is, if you look at what they've done, it doesn't need to be a lot. It's only minor adjustments on top of what they've already got.
Classified.
Just a tad. Yeah, you're edging towards classified. But I'd expect, if you're going to get classified roles, it would be a 6-piece gear set. You'd have to run the 6-piece, but I don't really want that to be the case because I like the fact that we've got the diversity that we have now at the minute.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't really want to go back to that 6-piece mentality because
but currently the gear sets apart from chest and backpack don't have talents, right? So the perfected version could just have a talent on it.
Yeah.
And it'd be random. Because then even then, it's not going to be OP because you still have to farm for a decent talent.
But then if they added them on a GE...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like where your head's at with that. Yeah, that would really make me play it quite a lot.
And it would make the gear sets a little bit more viable as well.
But I kind of feel like you'd have to come up with another type of gear set after that. Like some kind of... I feel like legendary gear at some point would have to be a thing. I feel like gear sets were that or are that.
Why would you need legendary gear sets unless they bring out more difficult content? You'd literally be able to do it with one eye closed and an arm tied behind your back.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Anyway, digressing.
You've got me thinking of the name stuff that we don't have now. Like,
you can.
I don't know of a named MP5. I don't know of a named Vector.
We've got there's definitely LMGs and stuff like that, isn't there?
There's an L86.
It's an Alps back.
There's a what? Sorry,
L86. What's an LMG?
There's two named MPXs. It's the apartment and the safety distance. Why do you need two named MPXs?
Different talents.
Well, yeah.
But this is the thing. You think we've had perfected or named weapons with perfected talents on them? All you have to do is change the talent on the weapon now. You could have the same weapon, change the talent, and then that's something to chase after, isn't it?
But I might be wrong, but I think obviously excluding the Nemesis, which is an exotic, I think the only named sniper rifle is the designated hitter, which is the SRS or SR1, whatever it is. But that was already in the game. Because I had one of those at a much lower gear score level that was in my stash. I've got two of the new ones. I just deleted the old one because it was like gear score 200 and something or whatever gear level it was back when we got it.
I checked my shield splinter today, the one that I got, and that doesn't have a perfected talent on it.
Ooh,
in fact, the top talent has been rolled off. I've modified it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, moving back to AI changes. So NPC encounter had a change. So in TU6, NPCs will lay down cover fire while the others take cover and start the attack from there, and some NPCs immediately attack the player. So they've basically changed the way the NPCs work and synergize together, which I thought was quite cool. I think they were on about, was it bombers rushing you and then a sniper like supporting or something like that, Rob, when you run out of cover to get out of the way of the like suicide bombers.
Yeah.
It's just kind of keep you on your feet and moving around instead of just in cover the whole time, like Falcon Lost in the Division 1, I guess. Tank changes.
There's no tanks. What are you on about?
Oh, no, sorry. Chungus changes.
There we go.
They're basically going to react differently to status effects. They still take damage, but they're not going to react as much because, well, they're tanks, you know. Or Chungus, as Rob said. The melee tanks also react differently to blind status effect. When they're blinded, they basically remember when they last saw you and stumble towards that location.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that.
I kind of want to know if that works with the first boss in the raid. If you blind him, does he go mental and just charge? He charges you anyway, but...
Oh, Boomer.
Yeah, Boomer, that's it. You'd be fucked, I think. Player turret changes. I believe the case was people were throwing out turrets and NPCs weren't really dealing with that. And your turret was basically just firing off and killing NPCs and they weren't really attacking it. And you were just sitting in cover. So now they've changed it to when you put down the turret, it will continue to attack the NPCs. However, they will... or was it the other way? No, sorry. Yeah, they'll continue to attack. When you put down the turret and continue to attack the NPCs, they will then continue to attack you, but ignore the turret. However, if you remain in cover and don't fire at the NPCs, they'll go after your turret because it kind of makes sense.
Do you know what else they need to add to the turret? You know how you can pick up your drone now? Not your drone, sorry, your hive.
You should be able to pick up all skills.
You should better pick up your turret again.
Yeah. I think the only thing I want to see a little bit more is the skill mods. So like you can put like a decent, especially with technician, you get that 50% boost to skill power. So if you can get to 3k on a skill build, you can probably get to 6k. So do you not think we should get more powerful skill mods to reflect that? They should now like kind of scale higher.
Does it actually double your skill power and your stats, or does it just double?
It doubles the skill power.
Okay. 100%?
Believe that to be the case, yeah.
So I thought it just buffed your skills, like passively.
No, I think it actually buffs your skill power that you. So whatever you've got. So say you've got 1500, it'll double it to 3k.
Okay.
Because I believe that's what I've got roughly at the minute, or just over. I think I've got like 16 or 1700 skill power on my build, and with technician it bumps it up. Would you want to see that, or do you think the damage would damage on certain things would go a bit insane?
I don't care. I don't run skill builds.
Luke?
I'd like to think there's a cap built into the skills. So they can only go so far, but I mean, I might be wrong because, like Rob, I literally don't care.
No, but I think there is. There's no point really going beyond 3k, is there?
Yeah, it's diminishing returns.
Yeah, but do you not feel like they need to kind of buff that with the fact that we've now got technician that can?
No,
because like people are basically saying that heals are a pile of crap. No.
Why heals a pile of crap?
I
don't understand.
You can't have like a proper heal roll because the heal isn't powerful enough. I don't know. Even if you stack into skill power.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to actually test it out myself, but I've seen a few people discussing it.
That's because they don't want infinite health, you know?
Yeah, that was always like a USP for the game, wasn't it? It's like, yeah, you can heal, but it might not do jack shit. Because we don't want you dancing around for 7 days whilst you empty every magazine that you could possibly carry before you kill somebody.
Yeah, but I kind of think if you... Well, that's why I said...
Like a well of invulnerability.
Yeah. But that's why I said, like, if you scale the mods to do that, though, if you know what I mean. So you have to meet, like, another skill cap. So you would have no DPS or health or anything. You'd literally just be like a skill build.
I see where your head's at, but no.
Okay, that's cool. Apparently there's a controller change. Black Tusk mini tank was too effective when the controller was killed.
I thought you were just going to completely gloss over that. That would have been funny if you did.
Once the controller is dead in TU6, it becomes way more inaccurate and also attacks the other NPCs.
Oh, I thought you were actually talking about a controller as in PlayStation.
No, the fat controller from Thomas the Tank Engine did. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Very quickly, Twitch Prime outfits end this week. So if you haven't got them and you've got Twitch Prime, go grab them. And the maintenance last Friday, they basically disabled Discovery Mode, which it was true what we discussed on stream. You could get the Eagle Bearer in the raid. And Luke's shaking his head right now. What's up?
We didn't believe it, did we? So we didn't go and try it.
No,
you could both have it right
Eagle
now.
Bearer.
So apparently it should. It didn't say shall, Rob. It should no longer drop from this mode. So it might not be fixed. So
do you like the fact that they clarified that they don't intend to put it in there ever?
Ever, yeah. And Kenley College now correctly requires all investigation areas to be completed before the Diamondback can be collected in the chapel. So I guess some people were getting it before then.
Just going in the chapel and getting it for free.
Can you imagine if it like reset every day? It's probably like sweet exotic components for days.
It probably did.
Yeah.
Why wasn't that on Reddit?
And finally, there was a scripting crash in the base of operation that could block progression for some players. That's it.
Cool.
What's that issue at the bottom of the script there. Removed the blueprint from the crafting bench that was added ahead of time. Two things. One, I want to know what blueprint it was. And the other thing is, there's new blueprints coming. Cool.
Yes.
It was a new weapon. It was a LMG, I believe.
Damn
They
it.
said. I can't remember exactly what LMG that was, but they said it on the State of the Game.
Was it a named one?
No, it just had a funny name.
Be interested if we have a GE for blueprints or something, an event for particular blueprints.
Have you got your 20 mark yet?
I'm working on it. We've been doing them, haven't we?
That's a no, Rob.
I said I'm working on it.
You've been doing your dailies as well, yeah? Your material
Fuck
dailies.
you, Rob.
That's where I got mine from. Just saying.
Did we mention the fix that directly affects me?
No. Do you want to tell our lovely listeners what it
The
is?
stage 4 of the technician field research has been fixed.
Yeah.
So for poor people like me that didn't buy the year 1 early access season pass jobber, you can now actually use the technician if you can be bothered to grind for it.
Or if you really want, the season pass for early access is now half price currently.
Not half price.
70% off.
No. That's more than half price. Twat.
That's what it says on Uplay. It says you.
No, the
70% off.
the game is 70% off. The season pass jobber is it's gone from 34 quid to 20 quid and so many pence.
But also, if you have Uplay points, you can probably get, was it 10? 10 or 20% off?
£2 off.
Something like that. Yeah.
So it's almost half price.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it either, Luke. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's it for this week. Yeah? You happy with that?
I'm always happy.
Or do you want to go for another hour and a half?
I mean,
Like
Is Boris coming, is he?
hey.
yeah, so before we do leave, I just want to give a huge shout out to podcast run by old Johnny P and Papa. It's called Behind the Stream, and they basically interview people who stream on Twitch and Mixer and have like really kind of long, well, I want to say long form discussions. I don't think that's always the case. I think it was just the fact that a friend of ours, you might have heard of him before, Borry the Blade, he joined them for episode 6 this week. But Boris, out of the 6 episodes they've done, you managed to talk for another hour on top of the other 5 episodes. So well done.
Yeah, but you just can't fucking shut him up, can you?
I know. But yeah, if you want to check it out, it's Behind the Stream. You can check them out on Spotify. I think they're on anchor.fm. And yeah, thank you very much, because they gave us a shout out on their description.
Oh, nice.
So they said special shout out to Mike, Luke, and Rob from SITREP Radio podcast for their contribution. Keep up the great work, lads.
Yeah, I know for a fact that we inspired this podcast. Because old Johnny P was in Twitch chat with me one day, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So, well, I'm glad you're being creative. And I've be honest, I've listened to 3/4 of it. I just have that last 52 minutes to go. The first hour of I don't want to spoil it, but the first hour is roughly Boris talking about beer, which we all know here that he can talk about for days, which
he does at great length.
And we also know how much he loves Rock Band and Guitar Hero. So that's the other section of the podcast. So I'm interested to see what the last hour is.
What?
I didn't know that. I used to be a fan of Guitar Hero as well.
Did you?
Because can't play actual guitar, so video game guitar. Why not?
Me and Mike both bought Guitar Hero for £10 in Tesco's.
Yes, we did.
Which one?
With the guitar as well. Guitar Hero 3.
3? Yeah.
Oh, the good one.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Dragon Force Through Fire and Flames.
Yeah.
It's just me and Rob staring at the stream for like 10 minutes whilst we were trying to play it with all you could hear was click, 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 click.
You know what I really liked about that game is when you looked away from the screen, you'd get like that weird motion sickness
Yep.
effect.
Yep.
Like you're still
Had that,
playing,
been
but
there.
it would like, whoa.
You're looking at the wall like, whoa, man, Rob, can you see that? Yeah, I can
Tripping
see that.
balls.
So my wife would walk in the room and be like, what are you guys doing? Anyway.
Not to completely derail the ending of this podcast, but did you two ever get Guitar Hero 4 where you got the drum kit as well?
No.
Oh, you never lived.
I'm waiting for
I think I
Rob to
played
say a
guitar. I think I
sarcastic
did
comment.
play Guitar Hero 4, but not with the drums.
Yeah, it's called Guitar Hero, dude.
Was it called 4? Was it Guitar Hero World
Oh,
Tour
you-
or some whatever? There was a
You're not
Guitar Hero
thinking-
that came
You're not
with
thinking of Rock Band.
No, there was a Guitar Hero. Yeah, because Rock Band came out, and then Guitar Hero were like, motherfuckers, not stealing our audience. And then they brought out a version that came with a drum kit as well.
Okay.
Anyway, if you want to hear Boris talk about that, you can check him out over on Behind the Stream podcast. And we did send in a couple of questions, which you can find out the answers to if you listen probably to the end of that podcast.
Yeah, if you give up 4 days of your life.
Yes. Honestly, thank you. Robert,
Yes.
it's that time in the show. Where can the listeners find us?
You can find us over at SITREP Radio on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as our personal accounts. Send any questions or feedback for the show to sitradiopod@gmail.com, or you can find us on Discord. The link is in the show notes. We want to hear your thoughts on the news and topics we cover, so be sure to leave a comment and join the discussion in any of those places. Luke?
Are you feeling okay?
You did it, dude.
Yeah.
You fucking nailed it.
Have you like upped your dosage or something? Please leave a review of the show using the podcast app of your choice. We really do enjoy reading all your feedback. It's genuinely excellent. And at the end of the day, it does actually help other people to find our lovely little show too. If you listen all the way to the very, very end of this podcast, you'll hear all the juicy details about the other awesome shows that you can find on the Mash Those Buttons network. As always, thank you.
We do live stream as often as we can, so if you're interested in dropping by and chatting with us whilst we play the Division and the other loot game,
Destiny.
you can find us all over at twitch.tv/SITREPRadio. We have been SITREP Radio. Thank you very much for listening, agents, and we will catch you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sequence complete. Security protocols deactivated. Server data replaced and CPU destroyed. Terminating connection in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for choosing a Mash Those Buttons podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you would like to subscribe to one of our shows, you can find us on multiple podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and more. If you can't find us on your favorite podcast platform, head over to mashthosebuttons.com, grab the RSS feed, and use it in your podcast platform of choice. We have shows for many different games, so if you want to check out some other podcasts you may enjoy, you should go to mashthosebuttons.com/shows or stick around to hear about other shows that are available this week. Mash Those Buttons is an independent outlet that is supported by patrons. If you enjoy our content and want to help us grow, you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/mashthosebuttons. Besides helping us expand our content, patrons gain early access to special content and also have access to exclusive supporter-only content. If you'd like to stay connected with Mash Those Buttons, you can follow us at twitter.com/themashnetwork, facebook.com/mashthosebuttons, or we'd love to have you join our Discord community at discord.me/mashthosebuttons. Once again, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey, this is Ramses from Push the Point, the Mash Those Buttons official Overwatch League podcast. Tune in every Tuesday where me and my co-host Labasco break down player performances, storylines, and the league at large.
Hey, it's Nick from WoW Talk. For discussion about World of Warcraft from the latest news to guild management, check us out every other Tuesday here on the Mash Those Buttons Network.
Hi, this is Chrissy from the Final Fantasy XIV podcast, Wondrous Tales. Come hang out with us every other Monday for a casual discussion of what's going on in the community and some tips to improve your in-game quality of life.
You're listening to a Mash Those Buttons podcast. Visit mashthosebuttons.com for a full podcast schedule.
Cargo secured. Extraction